Texas Chainsaw Massacre has a somewhat limited history in terms of what they've done in terms of the brand collab space. We're super excited to collaborate with Lil Keed, who is on the cutting edge of what's happening in hip hop right now, and definitely inspiring and inspired by Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre inspired me because it's like where I'm from and where I hang at. This shit scary. Like this shit, like I said, anything can happen to you. You can get down, go to jail. You can die. You can be homeless. It's just like life. You feel me? So that shit to me just remind me of that movie.
The way this collab came, it was very serendipitous, right? Keith's direction for his album Trapped on Cleveland 3 was already heavily inspired by horror movies. Jason at The Hive, who was working with us on the merch, he acquired the license for Texas Chainsaw Massacre right at the same time. So I figured that since, Keith's direction was so inspired by that, and then they had the license opportunity, it was like kind of perfect and it made sense.
The fact that TCM is the premier Halloween license, and not just Halloween, I should say horror license. We see so many different people being inspired by their designs, and to be able to represent them and connect them with an artist who also loves them in this way and is so passionate about their license, it's incredible to be able to be a part of this.
Ian and myself, we've been in the music and film business for a long time. We've seen lots of artists come and go. Obviously Keed got the co-sign of the XXL freshman class, and that's how we picked up on him. But then when we heard he was a huge Chainsaw guy, and when we listened to Trapped on Cleveland, it was like, whoa, this kid is the shit. And the fact that he identifies with this thing that's outside of his world, certainly outside of his generation, we were really stoked.
The monster in there, you feel me? He high, but when it's time, like if he know you around him, he gonna attack you. You dead. It's like me, like I'm quiet. You don't see me like that. But when I come out and I do what I do, and I do these songs, I rock these shows, it's like I feel like I'm a monster. Like I kill every show, I kill every beat. The movie Chainsaw Massacre, that's like what I am. I'm like him, and I'm can't see me, but when I come out, you gonna know.
Well, when pairing artists with brands and doing collabs, what the brand represents and stands for has to align with what the artist represents. We don't want to force anything. It has to be organic and natural.
We thought, we have to reach out. Like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So we reached out to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and within the day, we had confirmation and approval that both sides were interested.
His reaction when he found out about the collaboration, I don't think he was like, he couldn't even believe the moment. I don't think I could believe the moment.
When we are looking for brand collabs now, it's who's going to do something different.
We don't want to just do a collab for the sake of collab. We want to make a unique product that's exciting, that's elevated, keep that exclusivity. We have to have the creative vision of how we can make something more unique and better.
I wear shit that folks won't wear. I'm gonna put it like that. Niggas who be acting fake gangster and all that shit, like, I ain't gonna wear that shit. They gonna talk about me. They too much worried about what somebody gonna say. I don't really follow folk trends. I set my own shit.
I think all the pieces from the collection represent TCM. That's why we're stoked on it. But my favorite is a Leatherface running. Like, it's one of the most iconic images.
And as an item that's unique, that scarf is really unique. Taking the original art from Texas Chainsaw Massacre and having that jacquarded on a double-sided scarf, I feel like it's pretty dope. And then the t-shirts too. Just the artwork I think is so iconic from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I think I like the edgeless shirt design. It's Leatherface at the height of his rage, and the final girl has just gotten away, and he's swinging the chainsaw over his head. It's so iconic that it doesn't even have to have more than 2 colors.
My favorite piece in this collab, I do love the T, but I am very partial to the USB because it took so long to get right. So much of how we wanted it came out to be just like it. So really proud of this, and this has got to be my favorite piece.
A portable USB, but it's shaped as a chainsaw.
To me, the USB chainsaw stands out the most to me because honestly, a USB drive is scary anyway to put in your computer because you don't know what's on there. But one that has a chainsaw on it, double scary.
Man, that shit hard. Like, there's the blood dripping everywhere. The shit goddamn, there's ripped up clothes. Like, that type of shit I'm on. I want to do some weird shit, but it's looks scary. But at the same time, it's hard though. Like, you want to wear it, like, wear that, like, shirt ripped up, but like got paint stain, like it's blood dripping from it. Like, they're just wavy. You feel me? This is a whole nother wave. It's different. So I want to do that with them because I know they'll come out with some some vintage type of shit, some shit that be so hard and make everybody in the world want to wear it. So I had to collab with them for sure.
Trapped on Cleveland is the shit, and to find a new generation of kids identifying with the imagery and the ideas and the brand of TCM is really flattering, and it makes a lot of sense because when Toby and Kim made the original film, they really pushed boundaries, and those boundaries are still relevant to the youth of today.